Hello, beloved one. Thank you so much for being with me today. I'm very, very happy to be here to offer to you my own insight on life, love, and evolution. You are here in this world to experience your own life and all the lives you come in contact with. And that is your primary focus, is living your life. How you live it, with whom you live it, in what different ways you live it, it's all up to you. Now, as you know, many of your choices, your decisions, your beliefs, they are because of influences you've had from the collective, your parents, your family, your culture, your community, the people that either impacted or inspired your life the most, and your choices and decisions are heavily influenced by your own perception of the experiences you had from conception to death. So within all of that, there are two main aspects to all your experiences: shadow and light. Now, I have spoken before that these are not separate by any means. They are not divided. They are one with the other. They are integrated. They work beautifully together. And they are both necessary for the human experience. If it was all light, it wouldn't be a human experience. If it was all shadow, it wouldn't be the human experience. But what happens as you evolve is that the light becomes more prominent. The light is the essence or heart of creation. It is that which moves creation, or if you would rather look at it, it's the energy that powers creation. Creates movement, it's not stagnant, it has a brilliance and a radiance that is oftentimes not really about feeling and emotion, but it is that pure white light that can burn through any kind of shadow or illusion. But you don't want to burn through things so fast. The human experience takes many lifetimes. It's a slow evolution. Just like your planet is a slow evolution. So you require a force to temper your light, to slow down evolution. Not so that it stagnates. It cannot ultimately do so with both energies present. But the shadow, it allows you to evolve in a time that honors free will. So free will is an extraordinary gift. And that's what makes being human so special, so unique. And that gift comes with a lot of different levels of reality. So free will works on all the different levels of your being. Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. You have a conscious and an unconscious. So there's a lot happening in your free will. It's not just the mind that says, oh, I want to do this, but then it doesn't happen and you don't do it. And you think, but I have free will, and I said that I wanted to do this thing, or I want this thing to happen, and it doesn't happen, and you don't do it. Year after year, decade after decade. Look to the shadow. So there are things happening in your shadow that are a result, again, of your perceptions of all the experiences you've had in this lifetime. And that shadow is a valuable part of your life. And today I want to talk about making friends with your shadow. It's a friendship that I promise you will reap more benefits for your life than you can possibly imagine or envision. When you stop fighting your shadow, when you stop believing that your shadow is the enemy, when you stop demonizing your shadow, your whole life will change for the better. Because your shadow is a part of you, you can't get rid of it, you can't run away from it, you can't pretend it doesn't exist. Because in essence what you're saying is you want to get rid of a whole part of yourself, a very big part of yourself. That there is this aspect to self that you reject over and over and over again. Because it's wrong, or it's broken, or it shouldn't be the way it is. Not so, beloved. Not so. When you start to even just contemplate the possibility that your shadow could be your friend, you lighten things up right away. Like any friendship, the first order of business is to get to know your new friend, to talk to your new friend, to somehow communicate, to commune, to ask questions about them. What are their interests? How do they perceive the world? What are their beliefs? What are their dreams or aspirations? To find common ground. If you want to make friends with someone, you don't immediately find their differences and use that as a wedge between you. That would be the actions of someone who did not want to cultivate that friendship. If you can start to see that the shadow is not your enemy, but is you, it is you. Your light, your shadow, they are you. And I beg you, beloved, not to reject any part of yourself. Your ego, your ambitions, your fears, your loves, your joys, your sorrows, your shadow, your light, your pettiness, your insecurities, your abundance, your lack, all of it. It's all you. All this mishmash of feeling, it makes up your experiences. It gives you definition in your life. Your perception is born of all these feelings. Don't reject any of them. Get to know your shadow. Start to recognize that your shadow is responsible for compassion. You cannot feel compassion for yourself or another without the ability to empathize. And all your empathy comes from your pain, your own experience with sorrow, with pain, with pettiness, with jealousy, with addiction, with insanity, obsession. Because you've experienced these things, you can empathize with another. You can feel deep compassion for that person's struggle with that particular experience, because you've struggled with it before and may struggle with it again. So don't discount your shadow. Don't believe that it's solely responsible for all the horror that you've ever felt or that you feel inside you now. Don't make it more than what it is. Let your shadow be human, because it is. It's you. Make friends with it. Get to know your shadow self. Extend your honor. Extend your compassion, your kindness. But most importantly, and the best place to start with your shadow in making friends, is extend your understanding. Oh, of course the shadow is like that, because I went through this and I experienced that and I felt all these things. So of course my shadow would be like that. Or my shadow would react in this particular way. Of course it would. Begin with understanding and then move into curiosity. And then into exploration. Discover what's going on in your shadow. How your shadow self feels. What it wants. What are its dreams? What are its needs? And like a good friend, how can you help support your shadow? Supporting your shadow does not grow your shadow. Supporting your shadow means that you will not abandon yourself. You will not demonize yourself or punish yourself simply because you are shadow. But that you will love and respect and honor your shadow. And in so doing, it loosens up. It frees up light and space and air. It allows for movement and transformation. And all of a sudden, the light and the shadow feel much more similar, much more in tandem, much more supportive of each other. And you will begin to find that you are an integrated being, a whole self. And that discovery is worth the effort it takes to create a friendship with your shadow. I promise, I promise, I promise. You'll be very glad you did. No more rejecting of self. No more denial of self. But embracing all that you are. And setting yourself free. Call upon me. I would love to support your friendship. Together, we can do anything. Namaste. Hi, it's Danielle, creator and founder of Beloved Publications, your home of Mother Mary's teachings as they're channeled through me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to our channel and leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. If you're interested in more of Mother's teachings, please visit our website, www.belovedpublications.com. And there you'll find lots of great ways of connecting with Mother. And if you want to join our community, you get an awesome free mini course on preparing for and connecting with your spirit guides. You will love it. So I hope to see you there soon. Thanks so much.